Yes, good evening. SAVVA here from Football Heritage TV. Hopefully everyone can hear me. Steve, can you hear me properly?
Yes, I can. What about me? You hear me? Yeah.
Perfect. I can hear you. Is my sound good? Do I sound okay?
Yeah.
Cool. New microphone. I've been, for some reason, like you're just trying to sync it up and everything's not working and all this kind of stuff. It's been one of those ones. Anyway. Hang on 1 second. Yes, big up everyone. Sorry, been an absolute nightmare trying to get my camera sorted. My camera's still not right. I'll be trying to sort that out during the show as well. The mic, the sound. Anyway, Steve, welcome. We are here. We're going to watch Arsenal versus Liverpool in the third round of the Cup. It's thrown up two giants at the first round, so to speak, or the third round. Someone's going out. One of the big boys is going out. What are you expecting from today's game? And do you like it when two big clubs are drawn together this early, or do you think it's bad for football? What do you reckon?
I mean, how's it bad for football? Everybody loves watching the big games. You know what I'm saying? So I know you didn't say that. You're just throwing it out there as a talking point.
That's all I do.
Yeah,
that's all I do.
Exactly. I don't have that mindset personally. No. I think it's good to see that from my point and your point, we're still Spurs and Newcastle still in this competition. So one of the teams that are in the top 3 or 4 favorites to win it will go out today. So it makes it easier potentially for us to win, but we gotta do our job. But yeah, I don't mind it at all. I mean, everybody likes watching the big games, so I don't see any problem with it. But yeah, it should be interesting. I mean, Arsenal have gone with a pretty strong lineup. I mean, the goalkeeper rotated out. Ramsdale coming in for Raya. They're going with one of their first choice midfield selections of Rice, Odegaard, and Jorginho. And then that front three outside of Reece Nelson is full strength. I mean, Havertz in a false 9 position. That'll be interesting to see. And then Saka's playing. Saka just don't get any rest. But yeah, he's playing. So Arteta has gone strong. And Liverpool have gone strong too.
Well, should we let's have a look at the teams. By the way, there's 18 minutes to kick off. So if we start with Arsenal, they've gone with Ramsdale in goal, who I think is better than Raya anyway. I'm just putting it out there. For me, I think he's better than Raya. With a back four of Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, and Kiwior has come into left back. A midfield 2 of Jorginho and Rice with Odegaard in the hole. And then Saka, Havertz in the false 9, and Nelson probably playing from the left. That is how I would look at that they're lining up. I don't know whether Havertz will go to the left or maybe Nelson will, but we'll soon find out. Liverpool have lined up with Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Konate, Quansah, and Gomez. So a very makeshift back four for Liverpool in terms of no Robertson, no Virgil van Dijk. The midfield 3, McAllister with Jones and Elliott. I like Jones and Elliott, by the way, so that should be really, really interesting. Then a front 3 of Diaz, Nunes, and Gakpo. So no Mo Salah. Then when we look at the benches, obviously no Mo Salah. He's gone to the African Cup of Nations. You look at the bench, Arsenal have got the likes of Martinelli and Nketiah, Raya, Smith Rowe, Trossard. Liverpool have got the likes of Gravenberch, Diogo Jota, and not really a lot else. Liverpool have got a lot of youngsters on that bench, Steve. How do you see this going? Because as a Spurs fan, of course, I mean, I don't particularly like either of these two teams. As a Spurs fan, you don't want to see Arsenal progress. Have they got too much at home? Is this balanced with both teams making a number of changes? Where do you see this?
I mean, for me, both teams put out pretty strong lineups outside of 2 or 3 names for both teams, but 2 good teams out there. I agree with you about the bench. You have Diogo Jota on there, but you have everyone else outside of Gravenberch. Kelleher is a good backup number 2, but not really a factor unless Alisson goes out with some sort of injury or red card. But the bench advantage, it looks like it's in Arsenal's favor because you have Emil Smith-Rowe, Martinelli, Trossard, and Nketiah. I mean, I don't rate Nketiah, but I guess it's whatever. He's on the bench.
He's still a first-team player, right? Whichever way you look at it, he's still a first-team player, whether we rate him or not. Steve, there's been some games today so far in the FA Cup. You've had Luton Town 0, Bolton 0, Man City 5, Huddersfield 0, I mean, I don't know if anyone watched that game. It was Man City had 87%. One of my apps says 84. One of them says 87. It was complete obliteration. And I'm going to say, first of all, Phil Foden is one of the best players in the league. But Oscar Bob was sensational. Oscar Bob, that is some player. In the other games, you had Nottingham Forest came from 2-0 behind at home to Blackpool to bring that back to 2-2 and have a replay at Blackpool. Peterborough 0, Leeds United 3, a comfortable day for Leeds. Shrewsbury 0, Wrexham 1. Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney's boys into the fourth round of the FA Cup. West Brom 4, Aldershot 1. West Ham 1, Bristol City 1. West Ham took an early lead through Jared Bowen in that game, but Bristol City equalised. And when you look at the lineups, I mean, how West Ham have not won that game with the 11 they've got out, they'll be asking some serious questions. And then you've got Arsenal versus Liverpool today. Steve, I just want to get your thoughts just really, really quickly, and then we'll go to some of the chat. Actually, let me go to the chat quickly, and then I'll come to you. By the way, everybody, I would like everyone today, please keep it football. I don't want any silliness now. I don't want any talk of anything that isn't football, all right? We're here to talk football, all right? Big up, Mark. Big up, proud to be a Geordie. Said no Jesus, no Salah for Liverpool. It's going to be an interesting one. Absolutely. Two big players out there. Big up, SAVVA. Hope you're good. And this is a message for all you deluded Arsenal fans that go on the SAVVA show. Get prepared for a miserable day. Well, Arsenal fans already preparing for a defeat. Donna has said, Donna, I'm going to ask this with the nicest possible respect. I and many of my followers are getting a bit bored of the silliness now. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I'm getting messages from people in my private chat saying, please, can you stop that Donna posting these silly things? I appreciate you as a member. I appreciate the super chats, but please, can we stop all of this silly, I'm in love with you, I want your clothes. Please, can we please just keep it football, please? It's just getting a little bit silly now. It was funny, then it was tedious. Now I think everybody is just bored. Really, if I'm going to be honest. Let's go. You are hearing Ramsdale, Havertz, and Nelson are starting. You obviously said this.
Heard right.
Yes, you are hearing correctly. There is the link for anybody that hasn't subscribed. Please do, as we are chasing down 13,000. So please help us chase down the 13,000. Just to let you know, we will be back tonight at 9 p.m. for the Spurs review, episode 55 of the Spurs review. Yeah, that should be good as well. Who else we got in the chat? We've got Ryan Griffiths. Big up to you, Ryan. Craig Nichols is in the chat. Daniel has said Foden today, again, man of the match, our best player of the season. Yeah, I think he's superb. Big up Finn Rickwood. Finn has gone for a 2-2 draw today. I'll get yours in a minute, Steve. Daniel Monson, always very generous. Thank you so much, my friend. Has said, big up, SAVVA. Big up, Steve. Big up to you, Daniel. Said, looking forward to this one. Where do you stand with Arsenal and Arteta if they get knocked out today? Hold this thought, Daniel. I'm going to leave this with Steve in a minute. Hold this thought. Thank you so much. We'll come to this. Thank you so much, Daniel. You're always very generous. Wrecker has said, the title race is now officially title marathon for City. Kevin De Bruyne will put the dagger in that title race. Yeah, he came on and did some very nice bits. You'll get my predictions in a minute. Andre said, big up SAVVA. Steve, will be difficult without VVD and Salah. Would also have preferred Jota to start, but you'll never walk alone regardless. Craig Nichols has said, as much as this kills me, I kind of see Arsenal nicking this 2-1. Steve, talk to me. What's the score going to be today? And to answer the super chat, Arteta. I'm guessing he's coming from the point of view, if Arsenal get knocked out, are Arsenal fans going to get on the back of Arteta? They've won 1 in 5. They'll be out the cup. Obviously, that hasn't happened yet. They'll be out the cup. Are we looking at, is this a bit knee jerk for fans to suggest this, or do you think you understand? What do you make of this whole Arteta failing at Arsenal situation?
I mean, for me, they have a team that's good enough to at least go far in this competition and Carabao Cup, Europa League in previous seasons as well. And they failed at the hurdle, except the one time they won the FA Cup when Emery got sacked and Arteta won the 2 games, the semifinal versus City, and then beat Chelsea in the final. Other than that, yeah, Arteta has not won anything there. And for me, they are a good enough team where they should have been able to pick up. Maybe I know we have Man City in the league and they sweep up a lot of the trophies. They do.
Yeah,
They do.
yeah, of course.
And if it's not City, and if it's not City, it's going to be Liverpool. So I'm not saying that they have to win a trophy with this team. It's a good team they have. What I am saying is that, and a lot of Arsenal fans would probably agree with this, maybe some, I don't know, but they have a good enough team to pick up some sort of silverware over 4 years, something. Carabao, FA Cup, or a Europa League or something like that. They have a good enough team for me for that. Because you have Saka, you have Martinelli, you have Odegaard, you have other players like that. I think they're good enough to win a trophy. And if it is this one, that's better than nothing, right? It's better than crashing out of Carabao Cups and FA Cups. Like, because we talk about this all the time with Arsenal and just football in general, in my view. Before the season starts, I look at the squad of a team. It don't matter what team it is. I look at their squad, look at that manager. I take the badge away for a sec, and I say, with this squad and manager, what do I expect of this team on paper? What can they do? Arsenal, for me, not challengers of a title yet. If they add some pieces, sure, I think you could maybe get in that conversation. Do I think the manager is? Not quite yet in his managerial career. And I've said, again, that's something else I've said a lot about Arteta. I think he should go to a tier 2 club before going straight to the Arsenal as the first job. I don't judge them.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah,
Steve, I completely come.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't judge them as title contenders. But do I expect for them? Do I think they're good enough to win a trophy of some kind? Yes. So they should be taking this game seriously. They should.
Yeah. I tell you what. Yeah, interesting one. Somebody talking about Christensen. I think we've seen that Daniel Levy doesn't really want to spend money, so I can't imagine how much Christensen's going to cost. But I can't imagine that's going to happen. Look, Steve, I completely agree with you. I think the difficulty is I've always said about Arsenal that last year's title race and last year's form from Arsenal has kind of catapulted in their fans' minds that right, we should be winning titles. For me, I looked at it and said, right, well, is it a one-off season? Or can they replicate it? Now, at the moment, we're only 20 games in. I know that's quite a lot of games, but we don't know. They could go and win 18 games in a row and win the league. They could win 10 of their last 18 games and be nowhere near it, right? So at the moment, I always said in the summer, can Arsenal replicate that, finish second again? Even if they finish second again, you say, we've got to take them seriously because now that's 2 years in a row that they've been the best of the rest. But I do think, for me, I think a lot of their fans have really over-egged what this team is actually capable of, mate. I'm not saying my team is capable of it. You're not saying your team is capable of it. But they really have, their fans, or most of their fans, have really told the world that, hey, we're great. Martinelli's the best left winger. Saka's the best right winger. Rice is the best midfielder. Saliba's the best centre-half. Onwards and onwards and onwards. Have they dug their own hole, so to speak?
No, in their minds, they haven't, because a lot of sports fandom, it's not even just football, it's sports fandom, a lot of it nowadays, and probably in the past too, to an extent, but with the online thing, it's one of those where it's like people say things and then they don't live up to it. They don't decide to hold that responsible. If you have those thoughts and opinions about the team, well, then surely when they don't win trophies or win the league or whatever, there has to be consequences. There has to be, well, we need to do something different. We either need to change out the manager. We need to get a better squad. We need to do this, this, and this. But some people just talk and they think, oh, well, I thought about this. I thought about it, and I still think we can do it this way. And it's like, well, no, how about we switch it up? Let's change out the manager. Let's, upgrade the squad. Let's do, but there's no consequences for their claims, right? When you
Sure.
put claims down, and that's why, again, like I said, when I look at teams, I look at their squad and manager, and I say, I think they could do such and such. And if they don't, then maybe they need to change something up.
Yeah,
That's it for me.
For me, listen, I see two schools of thought when looking at this. Is first of all, do I look at Arsenal and say, look, they've spent a lot of money on Arteta? Yes. Yeah. But do I look at all the other clubs and say, have they also spent a shed load of money in the last 4 or 5 years? Yes. Everyone. Spurs have spent money. Newcastle have spent money. Chelsea have spent a ton of money.
Liverpool,
Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, Villa are spending money. City spend money. Man United spend money. I don't know anyone that isn't spending money now. The one thing I'll say is this. If at the beginning of the season, you look at Man City squad and you look at Arsenal squad, no part of me says Arsenal can beat them over a year. Not saying they can't beat them in a one-off game, but not one part of me says, of course, and they're going to. Spurs beat them in a one-off game. You guys beat them in the League Cup. I don't sit here and say Man City are unbeatable in one-off games. I just think before everyone keeps telling me that they've dropped and somebody else is better, do it, prove it, get it over the line. Steve, by the way, so I will say, look, Donna, look, Mr. SAVVA, Arsenal about to lose today, I think. Thank you for a sensible one. And another sensible one said, perhaps media is playing a big role in football today. Nowadays, vibes and certain small achievements can become an agenda and clubs downplay trophies. Yes, I would completely go along with that. And it's so much nicer when you talk football like this. Thank you very much for the super chat. Yes, I do agree with you. I think the media is one of the worst things that have happened. Maybe YouTubers are part of that, which is why I don't try and do the sensational videos. I don't try and do the clickbait thumbnails and all that kind of stuff. Look, it is what it is. But thank you, Donna. Thank you, Donna, for this one. Thank you, Donna, for this one. Thank you, Daniel Monston, for that. What I would kindly ask, if anybody hasn't subscribed, please do. And please go and follow, subscribe to Steve. How many are you away from 1,000, Steve?
I'm at 820, right? Let me double check that. 822.
Right. 822, right. If someone would be so kind to put Strasbourg Steve link in the chat, or Steve, if you want to whack it in there, come on. Sure. Right, let's get, even if 20 of you, Steve would be really appreciative. Yeah. Even if 20 of you went over there right now, come on. Let's all help each other out. This year, absolutely. I think I'm on a mission to try and make the world a better place. Just even if it's one smidgen, just let's be a bit nicer, because a lot of things I'm seeing on social media the last 24 hours just defies logic. Steve, the teams are out. I just really need to quickly do a wee. Can you hold the thought for 1 second, please, bro? Cheers, bro.
Yeah, no worries. But yeah, big up. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, if you want to learn more about European football commentary, I do a lot of watch-alongs. I'm going to try to do some more videos, 10, 15-minute videos. But yeah, look, if you want to subscribe, go for it. Any subscriptions, obviously appreciated. But yeah, big up everybody that has subscribed. Spurs FC 2023, appreciate it, bro, that you subscribe. But yeah, in terms of the game, like the 11s that they put out for both teams, Arsenal with Kivior is one of the talking points for me, because Arteta has failed to realize that Jakub Kivior is not a left back. I know that they have Tierney out on loan, but that's something stupid they decided to do. He's not a left back. Never has been a left back for the Polish national team. When he was at Spezia, he was a center back and a back three. That's what it is, right? So I don't know why he persists with it. I don't know what qualities Arteta sees in Jakub Kivior to say, oh, you're a left back. Can't do the inverting thing. He just can't, bro. So, yeah, for me, that's kind of silly, but it's not my problem. Just commentating as an outsider, but yeah. In terms of Liverpool's 11, I mean, I forget who said it in the comments. They're surprised that Diogo Jota isn't starting. I probably would have started him too, over Nunez. I think Nunez is just kind of an enigma. I'm a fan of Nunez, but to say this season he hasn't had some stinkers and some games where it's like extremely frustrating because he picks up good positions, it's the finishing. right? It's somewhat similar to Timo Werner, Nunez in a way, and I'm going to explain why. Because I know me and Savva are both kind of fans of Nunez, but what I will say is
Yeah.
Werner, and again, they're different players, Nunez and Timo Werner, but the finishing for both sometimes leaves a lot to be desired. Nunez does bang in some goals for sure, but he could have a lot more if he just, you know what it is? You know what it is? And this isn't to toot the horn of Newcastle. I'm just giving an example of a striker with some elite composure. You have Isak. When do you see Isak scrambling around with the finishing touch on goals? Not too often. So I think
Would you
Nunez just doesn't have it in him with the composure. Did just
would
kick
you
off.
say though as well? Would you say, and thank you to the person that did just subscribe? It really does help. We're trying to go towards at least 12,500 very soon.
Yeah.
Would you say as well that I think Nunes for me is indicative of where we are in 2024 strikers. I look at so many strikers now that we're talking about other things they can do in their game. Let's talk about Timo Werner. He's quick and he presses. Cool. Richarlison, he works hard. Cool.
Right.
This player, Nunes, causes problems. He's a pain in the arse. Cool. How many of these strikers are we actually sitting there now going, what a great finisher is this guy? Like, it seems like we've got away from natural finishers and we're scrambling around to find superlatives in other areas of their game. And that's fine. But for me, that's just where we are. I think a lot of strikers, if they get 15 in a season now, it's good because they're not good enough.
Yeah, and again, for me, and again, it's not just to toot my club's own horn or my own player, but I'm just giving an example of someone who I think does have, like, for me, Isak's best quality is the composure. It's the composure, and that's what the great or even really good number 9s have. They have composure in the box, and they don't muck about. I mean, Isak has missed a few chances this year, which does happen, but for me,
Sorry,
that's
early
it.
chance there for Reece Nelson. Early chance. I don't know if you saw it. I'm probably a tiny bit in front of you, but
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
sorry, early
Oh, good.
chance there for Reece.
Allison.
So what is this all white
Conso.
Arsenal kit and what is this weird color
So,
Liverpool kit?
so the Arsenal thing, it's apparently they've been doing it the past few years in the FA Cup, third round, where it's called No More Red. It's against it's like it's a support for a charity against knife crime in the UK.
Okay, right, makes sense. Fair enough.
So they give
enough.
the proceeds of the tickets, I think, some of the proceeds to that charity. So I mean, it is strange, definitely seeing Arsenal playing all white, but it's for a good cause. I mean, you know.
Absolutely proud to be a Geordie. Thank you to whoever else did just subscribe. If we can get a few more, the link is posted in the chat as always, and it is pinned in the chat as always. So I appreciate every single one of you, as you know. Here goes Liverpool. The ball swung across by Harvey Elliott. By the way, I think Harvey Elliott is a very, very good little footballer, and he's only 20. I think he's a really, really good footballer. I know he can be a little bit nasty, but technically, his movement, I think he's a good player.
Hey, I'd take him as Newcastle for sure because he has North London is white.
Yeah.
For a good cause, I get it, but it's kind of funny that obviously Spurs playing white. Now Harvey Elliott, good player. Is he good enough to crack into the 11 for Liverpool if they're winning Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues? I don't think he's a solidified 11 squad player for sure. Elliott. Same thing with Curtis Jones. He's probably I think I rate Elliott a little bit more than Jones. Jones is a good player too in his own right, but I think Elliott, he's a spark plug. That's probably the thesis statement I'd give on Elliott. He's a spark plug.
What about Curtis Jones? I've been quietly impressed with him this season. Always seems to be in the action. Yeah. Grabs a goal as well. I think when you look at them two, and then you look at Endo, and then you look at McAllister and Soboslai, and who's the other one? McAllister, Soboslai, and Gravenberch. They've got some good players at Liverpool. They truly have.
6 solid midfielders for a 4-3-3. Absolutely, yeah. I think they could do with a superstar, but then again, do they? Liverpool, they've won Premier League titles without outright superstars in midfield. You don't have to do it the Man City way where you have superstars in midfield like De Bruyne or what's it called? Rodri, Fernandinho. You could probably maybe put in that superstar slot because he was excellent for a while. So maybe you don't need to necessarily, but it is a very good midfield six staff for depth. Absolutely. And Endo is growing slowly into this Liverpool team.
Yeah, I think it's another one. With a player like Endo, people did what they normally do. Player from abroad, they gave him 4 or 5 games where he had 20 minutes each game and said, oh, he's crap, he can't play in the Premier League. We always do it. Hang on, here's Arsenal, here's Saka, he's cut in. Odegaard's got loads of space, switched it out to Nelson. They're overplaying. For me, I mean, it's fine. Again, I'll caveat as a Spurs fan, but when I'm watching this game, I'm not watching as a Spurs fan. I'm just watching as a football fan. Yeah. They overplay Arsenal. They overplay. Odegaard and Nelson both had a chance to have a shot at goal, but it was pass. But it is what it is.
That's been one of their problems, Arsenal, overplaying. And you could say the same about Xavi at Barca as well. They overplayed a bit too much. They try to score the perfect goal compared to score goals, which is what Liverpool have done so well over the years, why they contend regularly for any trophy that they're really in. Because they just get goals. They get goals. If it's pretty or if it's not pretty, you can rely on them to bang in a bunch of goals throughout all the competitions, and then you have the squad depth to back that up. So that's the difference ultimately between City and Liverpool and Arsenal. Those sides bang in goals. Arsenal, yeah, it's just I don't know. They're just not there yet, which is fine. But some of their fans like to, like you say, they go crazy with the hype and stuff.
I think a lot of fans do. Look, it's not just. I mean, look, Spurs have theirs. I'm sure Newcastle have theirs. Arsenal, Liverpool. I think everyone wants to think that their team's going to win a league. Everyone wants to think that they're on the right path and trophies are. And it's great. I think it's fine to do that. But I just think, for me, I'm someone who's very much get over the line. Stop talking about it. Let it happen before we preach. Should have been 1-0. Should have been 1-0 Arsenal. Good corner kick in. The ball was played across the front of the box and no one could get the touch.
Shot. Yeah, wide right.
Oh, should have scored there, Arsenal. They're coming again here. Arsenal, here is Havertz with a winding shot, but Alisson deals with that at the second attempt. I tell you, it's really annoying. I know who they are, but without their names on the back, it's really annoying. Yeah. Here's Luis Diaz. Been a good tempo to this game. Really good tempo to this game so far. Okay. Yeah, it has been a decent start by Arsenal, to be fair to them. It has been. Spurs FC said, SAVVA, who do you want to win? Because it's Arsenal, but also Liverpool. I mean, I would never want Arsenal to win. Let's be brutally honest. It's not that I want Liverpool to win, but either way,
evils.
Right, and either way, one of the big three clubs is going through today. So I don't really think it matters, but I think it's funnier if Arsenal go out, right? Being a Spurs fan. Napoli apparently have turned their attention to Davinson Sanchez after losing out on Genoa defender Radu Dragusin. You would be gutted if you lost out to Spurs on Dragusin and then went and took their reject instead. Is that harsh or is that true? Or
it's not harsh at all, and it's indicative. It's indicative of Napoli under De Laurentiis. They either get it really, really, really right, or they fail abysmally in terms of recruitment of managers or sporting directors or players. You either bring in an Osimhen or you bring in a Patania. You bring in a Dries Mertens or you bring in a Chucky Lozano. You bring in a Kim Min-jae or you're looking at a Sanchez. Like they are so hit or miss. Napoli sometimes. They were a hit last year, but they're a huge miss this year overall.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And thank you to the person that did just subscribe. Please do continue to do that. So thank you very much. And let's get the likes up. We're only on 54 likes. Let's get that to 100 likes ASAP. Nice chilled out stream, Steve. I almost I love these streams where it's chilled out, not my team playing. So I've got there's no urgency for me. There's no worry if anyone plays badly or well. There's no worry. Do you know what I mean?
Watching football with the boys. That's it. That's all it is.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Yeah, Liverpool not really got going here. Arsenal have played some nice stuff. Again, don't look very clinical would be my overwhelming thoughts for Liverpool. But hey, for Arsenal, sorry. But they've won the ball back there. They're going to score here. They've got to score here. Great defending. Superb defending. And Arsenal have hit the bar. And oh my God, another chance defended by Trent Alex. Tell you what, it goes back to what I said 5 seconds ago. Not clinical enough. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet. It sounds like a bunch of madness.
Oh my God, a bunch of madness. First of all, the ball was put. You'll see it now, yeah?
Yeah. Elliott passes back to Allison. McAllister. Yeah, so what's happening is Liverpool are trying to play out from the back, but to be fair, Arsenal are pressing really well. It looks like they'll force them into a mistake, and they do. Havertz, great block. But then, bar, damn.
Yeah, should have scored.
Block. Jesus.
Should have scored, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I do notice, though, in every game I watch, it doesn't matter who's playing, the game is just littered with mistakes.
Yes. Yeah, Joe Gomez taking way too much time to make a decision, and then Saka strips him of the ball with ease, and it's immediately a dangerous chance. But yeah, if you're Arsenal, you have to bury them. They've had a good start. This looks like more of the Arsenal of last season and in the Champions League group stage.
It does. It does.
They need to. So what they need to do, especially when you're playing Liverpool, who are never dead until they're really dead on the scoreboard, you need to convert the chances. You need to. They're lucky Liverpool, AFCON is up and that Salah isn't out for Liverpool. So it takes away a bit of danger from them for sure. But you have to bury them when you get the opportunity to. That was what happened again in the Newcastle Liverpool game earlier in the year. We blitzed them the first half, only got a goal out of it, left it late, and Nunez got the brace. So you got to kill them off when they're down.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No. Absolutely. By the way, you're about to see two very hot-blooded tackles in the space of 5 seconds in the game. I love seeing that. Nothing wrong with a couple of tough tackles. That's gone out the game.
And then on Diaz, Yeah,
nothing wrong with either of those for me. It used to be a man's game. It used to be, do you know what I mean? It used to be a game where, two men going in for a tackle.
Sunderland, Newcastle yesterday, there were some big tackles. Yeah.
Great defending, by the way. In that build-up that when they hit the bar, the block from Konate was brilliant.
That was an excellent block. He's good, man.
I'll tell you what.
I like Konate.
Big up Wayne Holland. Big up to you, my friend. Said, afternoon, chaps. How's it still 0-0? To be fair, Arsenal should have had a goal minimum here today. Muddisy, absolutely. Short supply. That's the problem across the world football. Short supply now. Problem is, because it's in short supply, people start rating players that aren't very good. I always use Richarlison. He scores a couple of tap-ins and people forget just how bad a footballer he actually is. Mazza, I can't agree more. It has been lovely watching all the games this weekend. No VAR decisions, just watching football and getting on with it. I've enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it. I think defenders are hard done by. Can't even touch players these days. Yeah. Hang on. Here goes Liverpool. Alexis McAllister to Trent. Trent's going to play it out wide. Sorry, Gakpo that was. Sorry, not Trent. Here's Trent. Sorry, from the camera's quite far away, and they both from behind. They look very similar statures. And then a poor ball that goes into Ramsdale. Wayne has said, "Good boys, good win for your boys yesterday, Steve. Totally deserved that.
Needed that win extremely bad. With Sunderland, you know what it is. They have a lot of liveliness about them. They have a few decent players. They lacked someone in midfield with a bit of power and physicality. Bellingham was marked out of the game, so you have to have another option there, and they just didn't quite have that. Bruno G bossed the game, a large parts of it. Joelinton had a very good first half, big win. And like I said, Isak, with the brace. So fair play. I mean, needed that win bad. We got City on Saturday in the league. I feel good about the game just because it's at home. Other than that, yeah, it's it just if you gave me a point right now, I'd take it. But yeah, I'm not. I just make it competitive.
Yeah, I agree. By the way, Fabrizio Romano has tweeted. I'm not going to bring it up because it's literally the same thing for the last 10 days now. It says, understand Tottenham have had new positive contacts with Genoa for Radu Dragusin. Deal advancing to final stages of the negotiations. Spurs hope to get the deal done next week as talks continue. It's all on verbal proposals, waiting for the final official bid. I don't know about anyone else, but I mean, only Spurs can make a deal drag out this long. Steve, we're talking about a guy who's like £26 million in sterling. I mean, how on earth are Spurs how do we take 10 days to get these deals rolled out?
Lack of ambition. That's what it is. That's what it is. Because you have the money. FFP wise, you could spend 400 million and you'd be fine. Genuinely. Like, there's been extensive research on it. You could do that. But why don't you? Ambition. If Newcastle were in that situation, we would be, pushing it real. If we had that amount of money to spend, and I think we do have a good amount to spend in January, possibly.
Yeah.
If we had that, though, if we had 400 million and we'd be nowhere near it, we'd be doing that all day. Because guess what? I know Newcastle, our owners have ambition at the end of the day, and Levy just doesn't.
Yeah.
Simple. Which sucks because I know what that feels like. Mike Ashley was that. Levy is just Ashley with even more money, and at a club with a stadium that generates a hell of a lot of money. That's the difference. To be honest.
By the way, for people talking about VAR, there is VAR. There's VAR in the FA Cup if the game is at a Premier League stadium.
Yes.
Right. So again, first of all, I think that is nonsense because how it can't be consistent across the cup is mad. So, for example, my understanding is that tonight, if there is anything dubious, it will use VAR. For example, the game, yes, because the game at Chelsea yesterday, they had VAR. The game for Newcastle at Sunderland
didn't.
They didn't. It didn't. Yeah. So that's what it is for anyone asking what's happening with VAR. Wayne Big Up has said, is Eddie Howe under pressure? Thoughts, guys? Not for me to say, Steve. This is your team.
A little bit of pressure, definitely. A win versus Man City would definitely alleviate a lot of it. And then we got Villa away, and then an FA Cup game right after. Yeah, he was under big pressure before yesterday, but winning that is a big way to get the pressure off. But win against City. If we get blown out versus City, then yeah, it would probably be applied right back on. But again, just put in a performance, go down fighting, and just the game management side of things. That's probably been one of the things because in that game yesterday versus Sunderland, we were the better team for sure. But what I would say is the game was very open after that second goal both ways. And I feel like there's some application, the passing sometimes is a bit off. Miley didn't have a great cameo. It is what it is, 17.
At 17, you're going to have some bad games. I mean,
he set a high standard. That's what it is. And so people will be like, oh, he was. But,
let's be fair. At 17, he's probably way ahead of his development where the club thought he'd be. Right. And I'm guessing if it wasn't for the likes of Tonali and all the injuries you've had, I mean, this boy wouldn't even be on the bench, let alone starting for you. So, Steve, whereabouts, I know the answer to this question, but whereabouts do you live, Steve, in America? And what American football team do you support?
In America. So I was born in Chicago, Illinois, which is in the middle part of our gigantic country. But I live on the East Coast, which is about 1,000 miles away. I don't know how many kilometers. But I live in the East Coast, New Hampshire, which is on the border of Canada. So the Northeast. And it's snowing like hell right now. It's been snowing all night. But yeah, that's
is it proper snow where you are?
Yeah, probably about 10 inches. something like that.
Oh,
It's been
see, I don't know if you've ever been here, right? It snows very irregularly, and when it does snow, we get that kind of horrible sleet that doesn't settle, so it makes everything kind of wet and sloppy. But there's no real "let's go and build a snowman" type
ice,
snow. Do
sleet,
you know what I mean?
sleet.
Yeah. So nice. Mazza said Levy will get the deal done. By the way, nothing's really happened the last. Nothing's really happened the last 5 minutes in this game. No one's had any chances. They're just panning to Ian Wright in the crowd. I can't believe someone said the other day Ian Wright was 60. I was like, God, how did he? It's like, what? Like,
what happened?
I'm sure he was. Yeah, that makes me feel well old. Like, but hey, it is what it is. Here's Trent Alexander-Arnold. Good run here. He's driving through the midfield. This is a good run. He's held off the tackle from Reece Nelson. Lovely ball to Darwin Núñez down the line. He's actually putting a decent ball into the middle. There was no one there. That's where Darwin Núñez is good. He runs the line well. He holds the ball up well. If I was them, I would hire someone to just coach the finishing. If that boy could finish, he'd be so good, but he really doesn't. Levy being Levy. Yeah. Me and Steve disagree on this. I don't think he's under any pressure. Oh,
not any. I don't think any. If this was Mike Ashley days, yeah. But richest club in the world, qualifying for Champions League, making a Carabao Cup final, spending money. Yeah, you're under some pressure. Not under any. But yeah,
that's right. Corner kick just came in, left-footed from Elliott on the left-hand side, whipped to the edge of the 6-yard box. Darwin Núñez rose higher than everybody else, or unmarked, to be honest, and his header glanced wide. I have to go down as a good chance. Wayne Holland has said, VAR, we had a Stonewall penalty. Just got on with it. Love the championship this season because there's no VAR. It goes in cycles, our decisions. I don't disagree. I'm going to cut away for a second. Here's Arsenal flooding forward, but Liverpool got a lot of men back. Here's Reece Nelson. He's running at his man. Heavy touch. The ball's gone out. He went down, looked at the referee, and the referee's just told him to
get up.
Just get up. What accent is that? American?
To be fair, there are different American accents because some of them talk like this, and then in the California they have a different accent. There's a Midwest one, which I have. It's Chicago. It's boring. And then the Northeast.
Just quickly, why are there some people that have got a little link sign?
Oh, I'm streaming on my. I'm streaming on mine. So my comments section on Strasbourg Steve. That's where.
I see. Oh, so you've streamed this show to your viewers?
Yes.
I see. Right, I didn't know what that was. Okay, that's interesting. I've not seen that before. Like there, because you can't see it on there, but in my comments, I can just see a little. Nice.
Yeah, that's my buddy from. Steve? That's my Milan buddy from North Macedonia. Big up, Anda.
Nice. Gary Officer, big up to you, my friend. I said it's snowing like that in New York City. I'd love to wake up tomorrow and see like 5, 6, 7 inches of snow, but we don't. Crazy. But by the way, Steve, when it does, and it's very rare that we get that snow, I'm talking every 3 or 4 years, maybe, unless anyone in the chat tells me I'm wrong. When we do wake up to that snow, the whole of the country comes to a standstill. The trains don't work, the buses don't work, no flights. We are not equipped to deal with snow. We are so not used to it. Proud to be a Geordie. I said Ian Wright leaving match of the day, the end of the season. He is indeed leaving at the end of the season. GBC saying this game is dead. Yeah, it definitely needs a spark, doesn't it, Steve? It needs something to happen.
Both teams just kind of canceling out each other at midfield. That's what I'm seeing. A lot of passing quality is not the best. This is nice here from Liverpool, though, on the right. Elliott cross. Good ball headed out. But yeah. To be fair, it's actually not that bad compared to some of the Premier League games this year have just been like awful in terms of the tempo because that's what the whole tagline. Oh, it's so fast in the Prem. That Forest Man United game was played at a snail's pace. It was awful. But it is what it is. It's not. Yeah, it's all right game.
By the way, in this game, yeah, I mean, I think the thing is, Arsenal came out for the first 10 to 12 minutes. I thought they were fast. They looked good. They looked slick. Didn't put their chances away, and now Liverpool have kind of got a foothold into the game, and now it's very even. Both teams not really doing a lot today. By the way, any of Steve's people in the chat, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to me. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to me. The link is in the chat. It would be appreciated. And any of mine, please subscribe to Strasbourg Steve. Always very willing to help out other YouTubers, and also a lovely guy off stream as well, if I don't mind saying so, Steve. You are one of the nice ones. Not saying there are bad ones, but you are really nice. Foxy has been doing hackers, I see. And Nottingham Forest, yeah. I looked over after, half an hour to see they were 2-0 down at home to Blackpool. And Forest had enough players in there. Forest had enough players. Sorry, camera. Is my camera? I don't know what's going on with my camera these days.
Looks all right.
I never know. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't care.
Yeah.
Timo Danjuma. Oh, listen, I'm going to save all the Timo Werner talk for the Spurs review tonight, because this is Steve. This is we're not going to go into it, but just so you know, this is a signing that's really split everyone. And I didn't hear his name mentioned once by anybody, and now all of a sudden it's we couldn't do any better. And I'm like, hang on, no one's been saying that for months. I've not heard anyone say that. I've heard everyone for months saying, we need this. And then you get Werner and they go, well, you can't do better. So we're going to discuss that tonight on the Spurs review. So big up to all the Spurs review watchers.
Timo Werner is not the next Miroslav Klose, by the way. They have nothing alike as a player besides the fact they both have German passports. Miroslav Klose has had composure in front of net and scored bucket loads of goals. Timo Werner has scored goals, but no composure. That's it. Miroslav Klose has a World Cup as well.
By the way, just really quickly, the Spurs review tonight is currently set for 9 p.m. I might be changing it to 8. It depends if Sean and Henry are doing a show. I don't think Henry's very well. I'm not sure. Sean's going to let me know soon. If they are streaming, join them at 7:30 and then me at 9. If they're not streaming, I will change it to 8 because I'll need a break from this one. And if I do like 5-6 hours straight the way through, my missus will absolutely divorce me. I think Friday she got in from work at about 4:30. And then I think she saw me stream from 5 right the way through to 12:30. So, yes. Listen, Steve is always welcome. He knows he is. He knows he is always welcome to join my shows. You know that, Steve. You know you're always invited. So, yes. RIP to SAVVA's marriage. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Foxy, when I saw they were 2-0 down, I thought to myself, let me go and have a look. And I thought, hang on, Nuno's put out a good team here.
Buffalo, Worrell, Murillo.
Chris Wood, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Morgan Gibbs-White, Rodriguez. Chris Wood, he scored a hat-trick the other week, didn't he? Against you.
Yeah.
Hey, against you,
He did.
GBC, are you married? Just buying your wife a bunch of flowers. That says more that you've done something wrong than fixing anything, if I'm brutally honest.
Yeah.
Hi, sorry I've been streaming. Arsenal have won the ball deep in the Liverpool half. It's flicked in. He's got to score.
No,
oh my God. Wait till you see it from Kai Havertz. Oh, the Arsenal fans
he is not a striker.
They'll be baying for his blood.
You know what it is? So I was on a terrace earlier because Terry was doing something. The breaking news about Jesus Navas, or sorry, not Jesus Navas, Gabriel Jesus getting injured. And they were like, oh, what's Arsenal going to do here? Because he's going to be out for 2-3 months. It's reported. And I was like, there's no choice for them to sign a striker. And I thought about it after the stream was done. I was like, you know what? They're gonna do. Arteta could do something really stupid, like do this. Oh, I have Havertz. I'll just play him instead of demanding to go get a striker, which they've neglected to do since Alexandre Lacazette and Aubameyang left.
Yeah.
Because it's not the perfect fit at striker. It's not this. Brentford won 100 mil for Ivan Toney. It's like he needs to just bite the bullet and be like, I need a striker, and then we could maybe do something.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I mean, how long is Jesus out for?
It was reported 2 to 3 months, I think.
Oh,
it's a knee injury, and he's had problems with the knee as well.
Wow.
So.
Wow. Yeah, sorry, if people have seen me looking this way, by the way, it is because I'm watching the game. I'm not being rude. It purely is for that reason. I'm looking at looking at the idea of building a little studio at the end of my garden where I can have all the screens in front of me. But it's a very expensive operation, should we say, running all the cables down there, kitting it out. So at the moment, I've got my TV there and that here. So at the moment, I'll have to make do with what I've got. So if you like the side of my face, then you like the side of my face. And yes, somebody mentioned earlier about like I've grown my hair and I've grown my beard, and we're just gonna keep growing it. Yeah. I'm doing a Steve, doing a Strasbourg, This game, I always use this line, but if ever a game needed a goal, it's this.
Neither team.
You guys. Sorry, go on.
No, I was just gonna say neither team can really maintain possession for a consistent amount of time. That's what it is.
I think that of every team in the league other than Man City.
Yeah.
I truly do. Honestly, I think the Premier League is too quick for its own good. It's too rushed.
Frantic.
Like other leagues, we go, they're too slow, but they retain possession of the ball. They bring their midfielders into the game. It's methodical. Here, it's just boom, boom, crash, wallop. You look here.
Yeah.
Look how quickly, for people watching who are caught up with me, Arsenal gave it away. Liverpool gave it away. Arsenal gave it away. Liverpool gave it away. It's like Liverpool have got the ball now. How quickly till they give it away?
It's been like 5 times.
It's been like pass.
Yeah. It's been like 5 times today where Diaz has cut into midfield and tried to just kick a ball to the middle just frantically. And it's like, why can't you just stop, settle the ball, and kick it and just play a sensible pass? I don't know, man. I don't know. Alexander Arnold. There's not many shots on target. I don't think Liverpool have had any.
No, I don't. Oh, could you imagine this? Can you imagine SAVVA with a man bun? I'm not
Dragusin.
Sure
like Dragusin, yeah.
A Dragusin.
Dragusin has a man bun.
A Dragava. I tell you what, why isn't my camera like there should be straight, right? Why isn't, when I do this, right now, Steve, I'm looking up at my camera. Do I look like I'm looking straight?
Yeah, basically.
I don't, do I? I don't.
No.
I don't.
No, your eyes are like up here, but like, I don't know, maybe you're just a bit too finicky. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. As long as anyone else doesn't mind, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So a free kick to Liverpool here. 33 minutes and 40 seconds gone. Free kick to the left of the penalty area. Looks like Trent Alexander-Arnold's going to whip it in. He's whipped it in right-footed. It's gone over everyone and over the bar. Poor ball in, really, from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Lack of quality so far would be my overwhelming comment on this game. By the way, we asked the poll earlier was who's going to win this game. 149 votes. Liverpool 59% of the votes. 24% said draw. And 17% said Arsenal. So at the moment, the 24% are correct. So interesting. All right, why can't I? Hang on. I hate it when let me do this. Oh, I give up. I just don't care.
Yeah, you're good.
No, I just don't care. It's just one of those things that once I've noticed it, I'm like, I can't quite.
Yeah. Attention to detail, which is good.
Yeah.
Attention to detail is important.
Yeah.
I feel you.
All to big egg on. Liverpool have broken away here. And they've lost it within a second. Well, they've won it back. They've lost. Honestly, the number of footballers in the Premier League that give the ball away, it is poor. But there's a good ball. I think he's going to be offside. He's offside. He's offside. It's Kai Havertz. He's offside. I thought that was a good ball.
He always is. He's always
yeah.
Chronically.
Why is Ivan Toney so expensive? He's good, but why that much? I think it's purely because there's no goal scorers in world football. He is a guy that will score goals.
It's because Brentford know the market and they know they can exploit that price. It's just good business. It's good business, right? If you have an asset that's scoring goals and it's supply, it's basic laws of supply and demand. That's what it is. When the supply isn't as high in terms of well-known options that can score goals for fun, and you're Premier League proven and English, homegrown, yeah, you could. You if you're Brentford, you say, "Give me 100 mil."
Yeah,
that's what a good businessman would do.
I think this is true, though, isn't it? Toney is perfect for Arsenal, but the price would be ridiculous. You can get 3 forwards just as good for the combined Toney price. I think this is the key thing now. I think you used to be able to go to clubs like Brentford and take a player like Toney for 25, 30 million. Now these clubs are saying, "You want him? Give us 100 million."
No.
And that's the difference. But Arsenal, for me, I mean, I'm glad as a Spurs fan, but for me as a football fan, I look at them and think, if ever a team needs a centre forward, it is Arsenal Football Club. That's what they've resorted to. Declan Rice has just had a shot from about 40 yards straight into the keeper's hands. Big up, Andon. Big up, my friend. Thank you very much. Jorge. Is it Jorge? It is Jorge when you spell like that, isn't it? Said, hello. Yeah. Hello. I also following Strasbourg Steve's live stream. Have to ask you about Burnley. You think they're a lost cause in staying in the Premier League, or they have a chance? They looked good. Ultimately, Jorge, for me, I think Burnley play some lovely stuff. I always grew up with this phrase, which was big guns. Teams need big guns. You need big guns to stay up. You need bigger guns to win leagues. I don't think Burnley have got enough of them. I don't think they've got enough guys that are going to get you 8 to 10 goals, 3 or 4 goals that will get you 3 or 4 guys that will get you 8 to 10 goals and keep you up. I don't think they've got it. I worry for them. Steve, what do you make? Think they've got a chance?
I do, just because of I'm still not sure about Everton, because you can't really say that for them as well, that they have 3 or 4 guys that can get you 8 on their own or whatever. So maybe they can. I mean, Burnley would at this point do well to stay up. I do think they will, because they will overwhelm certain teams and then have good days like they did against Fulham. I do think they'll probably just nick it. And I think
sorry, really quickly, Steve, quickly. A corner's come in from the right hand side. It was swung in left footed. It went all the way to the back post. Kai Havertz, unchallenged, really.
Yeah.
I think he maybe, if I'm being kind, it was really, really high, but he just kind of glanced it to the left of the post. Should have been 1-0. That's him and Nunes from corners that should both have scored. Yeah, but John Fitzpatrick, depends where you live. If you're in the UK, it is BBC One. If you're in the UK, it is BBC One. If you're abroad, I don't know, somewhere. I don't know.
I just saw that average chance. You have to get that on target. There's no excuse.
I mean, I was being kind. Bill said there's no skill to this league at the moment. 100 mile per hour is great if something happens at the end of it. No wonder England win nothing. This is why, because when we go to the international games, we don't have enough. We don't ever put the players on the pitch that can slow the game down. The Maddisons and the Fodens should all be on the pitch at the same time. People that keep the ball, keep possession. See, for me, if I'm England, I want my England team to be Henderson. Sorry, Henderson. No, I don't. Sorry. I want my England team. Sorry. Bellingham, Rice. I then want Grealish, Maddison and Foden. because they're free people that keep the ball, they retain the ball, pass, move, keep the ball with Harry Kane up front. I think that front six with Kyle Walker on the right, John Stones and Tomori at the back, and I don't know, Ben Chilwell or I don't know, whoever at the back. I think that team with a good manager should be winning. But yeah, Bill, I completely agree with you. Ryan Griffiths said 12 attempts to 1. Yeah, Liverpool haven't really offered anything in this to.
Think about it like this: Croatia have done everything that England have over the past decade. Everything. Made it to a World Cup final. England made a Euros final. Croatia consistently in those semifinal spots, made a Nations League final, lost narrowly to Spain on penalties. You know why Croatia do that? Because they can keep a hold of the ball and they have a consistent midfield that can keep the ball ticking, and then some clutch ingredients in there with Modric. That's why. That's why. And I for me, I think Croatia, they're probably I'm very tempted to pick them to win the Euros, just because I do think, Modric on his last hurrah, probably. I think they could do it because France, the selection personnel from Deschamps is a bit spotty at times. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm saying that they need to make more out of what they have, because they have the best depth, A team, B team, C team, D team, E team, F, out of any country in the world by a mile. England would probably be second. So I think a Croatia could really, really put in a run, and they're consistent. For look at their population. Look at their population. So
you're right, Steve. Every tournament, Croatia are there or thereabouts. No, you're right. You're right. For me, I've always said that people talk about the Premier League in such glowing references, but the standard for me just isn't that great. Anyway, never mind. Saka has, Bukayo Saka. And again, I'm going to say this, and it's not because I'm Spurs. This is another game where I'm watching Bukayo Saka, and I'm just completely underwhelmed. And people talk to me about 150 million. I'm watching him and I'm thinking, I wouldn't give you 60 or 70. Like, I don't know where this world-class tag and 150 million has come from. I don't know what he does in a game. I know he might pop up and score a goal, but he should be running his fullback ragged. That's a great ball, by the way. Darwin Núñez is running through onto it, but the keeper's come out and cleared it. Good goalkeeping. By the way, I just look. I think he's a good player, Mud FC. I think he's a good player, but the problem is, so many people hype this boy up to be so much better than what he is. So many people do.
He's a one-trick pony.
Yes,
he's a one-trick pony, and when it works, it works. And fair play when it does. We give him his credit. Like I'm a fan of Bukayo Saka. Right? He's when he's on it, he's exciting to watch and contributes.
Hang on, Arsenal got the ball. Havertz, he's got a chance here, and his shot is awful. And sorry, Steve, you'll see it in a second. A top striker takes a touch, buries that. Hang on, a Liverpool breaking on the other end. They've slowed it down a bit here, but that's a good ball into Cody Gakpo. Gakpo's great ball. No, it wasn't a great ball. No, Savvy, you spoke too soon. It wasn't a great ball. Well, I'm so annoyed with my screen. I am so not side on. But what I don't understand, Steve, right? My monitor is straight. I am sitting, my chair is aligned with my monitor, and yet I can see I am not. That is straight there.
Havertz dwelling on the ball there. Dwelling. Just overthinking the hell out of it. Take a crack. What did those touches get? The touches that he just did, Havertz, did not put him in a better position to score, because he was going left. The angle is lessening, and then you're drawing the center back Konate to block it, or Alisson. It was easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, about Saka, it's just the lack of evolution in his game. The lack of evolution. That's also a coaching thing. You can put that on the coach as well. But
by the way, my camera. Sorry, people were asking. My camera is on top of the screen, if that makes sense.
Yeah. a
So
webcam.
my camera, yeah, my camera is a webcam. I've got an Elgato face cam on top of the screen. But
Nice.
I just don't. I'm thinking about it too much. Steve, somebody did ask a question. What does Steve, big up Chris, said, what does Steve think on Dragusin? He's probably seen more than I have.
I think this guy has been one of the better center backs in Serie A. I don't think that's an overreaction. I think if you talk to other people that watch a lot of Serie A, they would echo this that sentiment. I don't think that's overreaction. It's because he's performed at an exceptional level. He's just so good at knowing when to step up in transition and cutting passing lanes, getting interceptions. And the discipline of the guy is phenomenal. He knows how to balance, not perfectly, but not far off of it in terms of the aggression plus he is aggression with a purpose and there's some intelligence too. He's a very good when he's in possession of the ball. He doesn't force things too much. He takes care of the ball. So if you want the ball playing element of it, I think he's very good at that. Just a really smart, intelligent player, man. Very, very impressed with Dragusin. I saw him a few times in Serie B last year for Genoa, and it looked very good. Was crucial in getting them promoted. And this year, he's stepped up to the top flight of Serie A with ease for the most part. I think he's awesome. I wanted him at Newcastle. We were linked with him 2 months ago or something like that. If Spurs, whenever the hell they get that over the line, they'll have a very good player.
It's mad how long it takes. By the way, Foxy, I've never understood the debate. I watch Foden. He is 10 times the footballer.
Yeah.
His touch, his skill, his passing, his movement, right foot, left foot, his intricate passing. I can play anywhere across the line. I've never, ever thought that there was a debate here. The Arsenal fans that say Saka, I watch Saka on the wing, and I'm thinking the way they talk about him, they talk like he's Robin, or do you know what I mean? Like they talk about him like he's Ginola or Perez or Robin,
or even Rodrigo at Real Madrid. I rate him over Saka.
No way.
And again, it's just so frustrating, man, because it's like when we say that the players aren't the best in the world, it's like the end of the world. There's no shame in not being as good at football as Phil Foden is, because not many players are. Pep Guardiola, when he made the comment about he's the most talented young player I've ever seen, and people are like, you had Messi. You have to understand, I mean, first of all, Guardiola, his first language is in English, so maybe he meant it in a certain way. But you have to look at it and say he is extremely gifted. I mean, whenever I'm talking to my buddy Andy Bell about England, he's always like, why isn't Foden playing? Why isn't Foden playing? This guy can do things that not other English players can.
He's absolutely brilliant. I'll tell you what, I watched him really closely today. And what he does is he's always available in that whether he's playing out wide or in the middle or on the left, wide right or wide left, or in the hole. He always drops into that little half space. And he's always, he knows what's around him. He's good on the turn. I watch him. There isn't a debate. Bukayo Saka gets some goals. I'm not doubting it.
Yeah.
But again, it's another game where I'm told he's amazing. I watch him and I'm like, do something then.
Right. Grab the game by the scruff of the neck and show them who's boss. Right.
And they can't say it's because he's Arsenal, because Thierry Henry was the best player for me that's ever played in the Premier League. And he was Arsenal. Dennis Bergkamp was one of the best players I've seen.
No.
Patrick Vieira, Perez. Yeah. These are some of the Ashley Cole, one of the best left backs I've ever seen. They can't say it's because they're Arsenal.
Right.
It's just because he's not great. By the way, here's a question. Everybody really quickly in the chat, without looking at Wikipedia, really quickly, the time it takes. How many trophies do you think Phil Foden has won by the age of 23? How many trophies? Steve, give me a number. He's 23 years of age. How many team trophies has he won? People in the chat. There's the first. The first one is 12, 11, 10 to... I mean, Hennessy, none of that cheating, bro. Come on, give me a number. 12, 15, 8. 8. We'll come back to this, Craig. 10, 12, 15, 3, 10, 10, 18, 18, 17, 8 to 9. Steve's gone with 14, 22, 4. Louis Gay, 4 or 5. He's just won 5 in a year.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that, mate.
Yeah,
he's just won 5 in the last 12 months. 13, 9, 15. Phil Foden has won 16 trophies by the age of 23. Has played over 250 games for Man City. Has got something like 35 to 40 England caps. Right?
Yeah.
And you think of all the players Man City have had in the last 5-6 years since Phil Foden's been playing.
Yeah.
You think since he's been there, Sterling's come and gone. David Silva has gone.
David Silva, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Ferran
Riyad
Torres
Mahrez
has gone. Mahrez has come and gone. Gundogan has come and gone. Leroy Sané has come and gone. Right? You look at the players that he was behind. Right? Yaya Toure was there, right? And he's still there and still in that time managed to get 250 games for Man City. And I was watching a podcast the other day. I was watching a show the other day where they were talking about, he's not really progressed like we thought he would. And I thought, what? Well, he should be the main man, not De Bruyne. What? What are you talking about? Kevin De Bruyne is one of the best players in the, you know, when you just shake your head, Steve, and go, what are we doing here? Like, we're just knocking a bloke for the sake of knocking him now.
Yeah.
Madness. 16 trophies. And Spurs have won 1 trophy in 16 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Well, I mean, listen, he could retire now, Steve.
Yeah.
And his career would be better than most pros that play the game.
Yeah, the only player I could think of that stacked up that many trophies by 23, Kingsley Coman, probably. That's the only one that comes to mind immediately because Coman won a league with Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah, in other words, you got to think about Kingsley Coman won the league with Paris Saint-Germain, Juve for a year, and then went to Bayern München, won the league every single year of his career at Bayern, won Pokals, scored the Champions League final winner, and won that competition. He's won the Club World Cup, DFB Super Cups. I mean, that's the only player that comes to mind for me that has started off his career with just trophy after trophy after trophy after trophy after trophy. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, Zula has started off his career. Yeah, Zula, Lewandowski had a bunch of trophies too. But yeah, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Like Phil, I think the world record for footballers who have won the most trophies in their career, I think it's Brazilian dude that played for Barca. What's his name? Someone in the chat will know. Oh my God. What's his name? Brazilian fullback that used to play for Barca. Was there for years. Won everything. What is it? Oh my God. Messi, obviously, yeah, he's a bunch of... Dani Alves, thank you. Dani Alves, yes. I think he has a world record for the most trophies won. Oh, Messi, then Alves. It would not be a surprise if Foden, by the end of his career, is the world record holder for most trophies won in a career. I would not be surprised because he's already acclimated so much silverware in his career, and he's 23. It's just outrageous. But I mean, Sav was saying about why isn't, oh, Jesus. He was alluding to some people saying, Foden hasn't progressed it's like, bro, who do you think's going to take over centrally once they move on from De Bruyne? It's going to be Foden in that central spot, and he's going to dominate the league. Yeah, Foden ain't winning no international silverware. That's a fact. But, yeah, man, Foden's doing just fine. But in regards to Arsenal Liverpool game, look, 13 shots for Arsenal, 5 on target. They should have had about 3 goals. Liverpool with only 2 shots. They've looked second best. In the game. To be honest, big up, Sam.
Big up. I went down. Sorry, I was just going to say quickly. I went downstairs, spoke to my uncle, and said, "What'd you make of the game?" And he went, "100 miles per hour, no quality." I was like, "Fair enough. All right, all right. Watch me." I said that.
True. True.
It is, isn't it? It's just, where are the Xavi Alonsos? No. Yeah, where are the people that, like Rodri does it at City? Put your foot on the ball, dictate the game, and say, right, slow it down. Everything is end to end, giving the ball away. Yeah. Sorry, what were you saying, mate?
I was just saying about the Foden thing. The world record for most trophies won in a career as a pro football. People corrected me in the chat. Messi has 44, and then it's Dani Alves at 43. Phil Foden, if he says his whole career at City, even when he's 32, I would not be surprised if he ends up with 45 trophies at City by the time he retires. He could be the world record holder. He's already got how many?
He's on course, right? He's on course. It's mad.
Well, I think his career is just fine. You know what I'm saying? And right, who do you think's gonna take over for De Bruyne once he eventually is moved on? Foden will play as the attacking mid, and he'll dominate the league. That's what I think.
Here we go. Phil Foden. Ready? Phil Foden's won 5 Premier League titles, 2 FA Cups, 4 League Cups, 2 Community Shields, a Champions League, a UEFA Super Cup, and a FIFA World Club Cup. And in and amongst that, 1 runner-up Champions League as well. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 trophies. That's in individual. He's been in the UEFA Champions League squad of the season, Premier League Young Player of the Year twice, PFA Young Player of the Year twice. It's quite staggering. 23 years of age.
I looked it up, by the way. Kingsley Coman at Bayern is his career so far. He's at 17 at 25. So Coman is the only one. Like I said, Coman. I'm not counting Super Cups either, by the way. So yeah.
Look, I think there's he's a top player for me. I remember when he was 16, 17, and I said, "Oh, this boy's different." You could just see it. And I remember at the time, this was on Twitter, which I'm not on now, but I've heard a lot of drama in there the last few days, but I'm not there. So thank God. Apparently, back then, they was people were saying to me, "Oh, he'll never make it. He should go out on loan. Pep's going to ruin him." And you're like, "Oh, dear. Oh, dearie me." The reason he's not going on loan is because Pep likes him. Louis K, I saw the update. Yeah, it's getting tedious, isn't it, Louis? Like it's last week. I think it was on Wednesday or Tuesday, Wednesday. It was
it's imminent.
It was imminent and deal nearly done. By the way, Napoli lost 3-0 today to Torino, and the board have come out and said, "We trust Walter Mazzurri. He's 100% part of our plans, and we're not considering to sack the manager." I'm always wary when chairmen come out and have to say something. I'm always a bit wary, Steve. What do you make of it?
I'll translate to Neapolitan. He'll get sacked this is his second to last game as manager. That's his he's done. Yeah, they were thoroughly outplayed by Torino today. I can't even remember good chances they had. Yeah, they're done. They're done. Like I said earlier about Napoli, they're either hit or miss with everything. That's what Napoli is, man. They're either up here or down there. So yeah, they got wrecked, and they haven't won in Serie A since December 16th when they scraped past Cagliari. They're in terrible form, but yeah. That's crazy, man.
By the way, everybody, hang on 1 second. By the way, Spurs review is going to be at 8 p.m., not 9. 8 p.m. Let me quickly change. Sorry, Steve, while you're doing that, I'm going to change my edit the video. It's going to be 8 p.m., not 9 p.m. because Sean and Henry are not going to go live tonight for one reason or another. So it is going to be at 8 p.m. Please join me at 8 p.m. for that. Hopefully, I've just gone and changed that, and that should be that should show live in 2.5 hours. God, that's close, isn't it? Live in 2.5 hours. Live at 8 p.m. Tottenham Hotspur, the Spurs review. So join us for that one. Hang on 1 second to you. And sorry, Steve, just say something.
You're good. Yeah. I was just talking before, after you left, I was just saying, like, if you're looking at it on the statistics side of things, the shots have been overwhelmingly in Arsenal's favor. Liverpool have had 2 shots, none on target. Arsenal with 13 shots, 5 on target. The thing that Arsenal, they should be very bothered by is the fact that they haven't scored the goal. The fact they haven't scored, they haven't, Liverpool haven't really laid a glove on them in terms of chances or, outplaying them. Like, Liverpool haven't done that, but they're still in the game. That's the problem. They'll bring Jota off the bench and he'll score. That's how much I trust Jota, for me. So they need to get something out of it. But yeah, not the best game of football. I mean, like the speed, whatever. Like, it's not a terrible game, but lack of quality. Yeah, you could say that again. So I don't know.
Yeah. Big up touch to everyone inside. If you haven't liked, please do so. We have got 80 likes. We've been going for an hour and 20 minutes. We should have 120, 130 likes easily. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Thank you for those that have. We are chasing down. Look, there's where we are. We are chasing down. What was that? 12,323. We are chasing down the 13K, or at least 12,500 very, very soon. By the way, so what have I missed? People said Danny Alves, a lot of trophies. Yeah, I think he's just one behind Lionel Messi. Wow. Messi, then Alves. Lots of people saying. I mean, if ever it was good for one player to be out in front, it's Lionel Messi, isn't it? I mean, yeah. It's not a bad guy to chase, is it? Bamford, you seen his shot today? You seen Bamford's goal?
No, I haven't. I'll look into it though. The reason why Bamford hasn't been picked up by a Premier League team is because I don't really think he's an outstanding Premier League striker. He's all right. He's all right. Like, I don't know.
Just say it. He's not good enough.
He's mid.
This is the answer.
Yeah.
This is the answer. Why hasn't Bamford been picked up by a Premier League club? Because it's Patrick Bamford. Listen, for me, I think he scores goals. I mean, I say that. He's played 17 games this year and scored 1 goal before today in the league. So, for me, I think he's always been a good championship forward.
Of course.
Never the guy I would want to keep me up. Hang on.
There's not much of a difference between him and, like, I don't know, Jordan Rhodes, for example. Like, those guys, Jordan Rhodes is the guy that'll bang in goals in the championship. He's with Blackpool right now in League One, I believe. Yeah, Jordan Rhodes. So, he's just, that's his level, and that's fine because not everyone can be a pro footballer. So it is what it is. So, yeah, Bamford is just average, really. He's good in the championship. It is what it is, man. Yeah, the injuries have also kind of been a problem for him. But, Mitrovic is a player who could do it enough. Mitrovic had a few decent seasons. Fulham have struggled a few times this year without Mitrovic. It just worked out there really, really well for Mitro.
Yeah. By the way, the second half is underway. By the way, Phil P said, Steve, would you please adjust your will and leave me that beautiful R9 Brazil shirt, even though I'll probably go first. Huge love, even though I'll go first. Phil P, you're young. You're not going anywhere.
Phil, you're only like, 5 years older than me, probably. You look, I don't know. I don't know how old you are. You look like 28, 30. And Phil looks like 30. I don't know.
I can say I've met Phil a number of times in person. We've been for lunch together, and I can tell you he's definitely only 25, 26, aren't you, Phil?
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
We'll roll with that.
25, 26. Mazda man, listen, it's not that I don't trust Romano. It's just that this has been going on now for so many days that it's just long, isn't it?
This isn't just a one-off with Levy. This isn't just a one-off.
It's just like, how long is a piece of string, you know? But anyway, we'll get it done, and he'll be in, hopefully, for the Man United game, along with Timo Werner. And then I expect to see both in the starting 11. I expect to see both in the starting 11 versus Man United. GBC has said, what's it like to be 30? I don't know. I can't remember. It was so long ago, GBC. For me, it was 11 years ago. I'm pretty sure I was a bit of a stud, but I can't remember. I don't know. I'm older now. Video complete Sophia said, big up SAVVA. Traducing deal to final stages. He's been saying that for about 9 days.
Yeah.
He's been saying that for days on end. I'm sure we'll get it done. Mud FC. Listen, Romano is what the world of strikers are missing. Yeah. Someone who puts the ball in the back of the net at the last second. Proud to be Geordie has said Romano being his usual slutty self when it comes to transfers. He's absolutely puts any old crap out for a few clicks. What I love, Proud to be a Geordie, he puts out the comment, then a few hours later reposts it with eyes, like the eye emoji, and we all go, what? And he's sitting there going, ka-ching, 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 ka-ching.
Yeah, man, it's called traction. It's called social media interactions, and not many people do it better. Fair play.
How much money do you think Fabrizio Romano makes from Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube? I mean, he must be a multi-millionaire for what he does. Fair play to him.
More than we make. More than we make.
Do you know what I love, Steve? When people always say to me things like, oh, you YouTubers earning your money. I always think, how much do you think, when I log off tonight, do you think I'll sit there and go, there's £1,000 for the day?
Just flicking the money through my wallet.
Go on,
Hefner or whatever, or I'm Bill Gates. No.
Yeah.
Not yet. The goal is to get there. But no. Nope. Crazy. Yeah, Fabrizio Romano, he's a Hugh Hefner. He's the Bill Gates. He's got money. He's got money for days. So fair play. I'd love to be in that position too.
He's got money for days. He's not running out. out. Nothing has really happened, by the way, in this game. Nope. I'm not ignoring it. It's just nothing has really come of this. But there's a good ball over the top. They're in here. Here is Bukayo Saka. Pulls it down. And again, nothing comes of it. He pulled it down well, but tried to turn and couldn't. And that was very good defending.
Gomez.
I think it was Joe Gomez. Yeah, Joe Gomez did well in the end. Joe Gomez is quite a big brute, actually. He's quite a big brute. Hennessy has said, SAVVA, Orok suggested I put cat or dog in my ramen tonight. Got any real suggestions? Sorry?
Jesus Christ.
Sorry?
I don't like ramen, so that's a question for you. I don't like ramen.
I don't like ramen, so it's not a question for me, mate. Ellie, big up, Ellie. How you doing? Ellie, just a girl who loves Spurs, has said, hi, lads. Severus Roswell, Steve, big up. Just ripped TJ Warren. Left a few digs over Guna's finishing being woeful. Listen, Ellie, so many of these Arsenal fans, again.
He's not one of them.
I know. He's cool. Listen,
he's a good one. He's a good one.
So many of them just went in far too early. October time, November time, December time, claiming this is it. We've won the league. And I'm watching them and thinking, this team is not winning a league. This is not a title-winning team. But hey, that's just me.
Because they're not as good as Man City. Because not many teams are.
Here's some news. Romano has just said, talking about Fabrizio Romano money bags, Eintracht have sent a formal bid to Rennes for Arnaud Calamuendo. Understand it's loan with obligation to buy. 23 million euro between loan fee and guaranteed buy option with add-ons. Calamuendo, or whatever his name is, wants the move up to the club. Steve, Who is this guy? What's he about?
Arnold Calimundo.
Hang on. Sorry, just quickly. Diaz, he's through on goal. He's tried to square it. He's got it back. He's twisting and turning, and he's done too much. He did everything, but release the ball. Sorry, I asked you a question, then cut you off. So sorry, Steve. Just quickly, Diaz has still got the ball. He's twisting and turning again. He's got out wide to Darwin Núñez, but it was an awful ball into Darwin Núñez there, and Arsenal can clear it. Talk to us about this guy from Eintracht Frankfurt, from Rennes.
Yes, Calimundo. Big fan of him. He had a breakout season, I believe, 2 years ago at Lens. Scored 15, 16, somewhere around that range of goals. Looked very good. He's a Paris Saint-Germain academy product. I like him. He doesn't get quite enough game time for me, but I'm a big fan of him. He's not super tall, 5'9". Good mobile, decent finisher with both feet. A good focal point for Stade Rennais in the attack. He scored a brace today versus Onevent Guingamp in the Coupe de France today. I like him a lot. He's not an outright starter. Not an outright starter at Rennes, but very, very a good player, a very good backup for Stade Rennes to have behind Gaëtan Laborde. So I like him a lot. Is he? Wait, you said he's linked with Spurs, yeah?
So Eintracht Frankfurt. There we go. Looking to take.
Yeah. Because they got rid of Lucas Alario and they got rid of Colomwani, obviously the previous window. That'd be a good move. I think.
Just so you know,
Núñez.
I mean, Liverpool are starting to get into some good positions, but overplaying it for me.
Yes.
They just worked their way into a really good position there, but Curtis Jones shot, he leant back and it went high and wide. We're going to start doing this now, I'm guessing, as Spurs fans. We're going to start doing this. It's going to be, we'd rather him than him. For me, I'd rather better than both, but hey, that's just me. There's a great ball over the top for Núñez. He's got the ball wide on the left. Darwin Núñez is going to run at Ben White here. What's he got? Darwin Núñez cuts in. He's beaten him. He's whipped a foul. I think it's... I don't know what anyone else thinks. Did he hit the post? That was very, 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 very close. Yeah, Ellie, I just think they've got too much for everyone. I really do. Great ball here when you wait till you see it. Darwin Núñez here. This is why he's a good player. He cut in on the right, unleashed the shot, and it didn't hit the post. Sorry. It just whistled wide of the post. Just whistled wide. But Liverpool starting to get some chances here.
Yeah. This is where they should bring in Jota. For me. Because that guy in the box, he knows what he's doing. He really does.
And is this a foul? Maybe. I don't know. Sorry.
That's all good. Yeah, Hennessy, you're right. Salernitana are beating Juventus right now. Excellent finish for the goal. Excellent finish.
That's quite good. Is this where the expression comes from? That's quite good, Mazda Man. That's quite good. Do you know what, Mazda Man? Something you posted in my YouTube comments the other day in my community section. I saw it and I thought, God, that's the best comment I've read for ages. And now I can't remember what it was. But I remember reading it and thinking, yeah, whatever it was, I thought, that guy's got it. That guy's got it. It's just, Phil. Yeah, and this is what I mean. You can't shoulder barge anyone. You can't put your foot in. I don't know what you're allowed to do anymore.
And that's what I honestly like about...
Just quickly. Sorry, Steve. Trent Alexander-Arnold's won the ball, giving it to Darwin Núñez down the left. He's taking on his man. Great tackle by Saliba. Was that Saliba? Great tackle. And complete replica. Alexander-Arnold's won the ball again. It's gone all the way through to Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez has a shot. It's blocked. I'll tell you what, they're finding Darwin Núñez with a lot of space. A lot of space here. It's heating up the game.
Yeah, bit of life to it.
It is heating up. It is heating up.
Telling you right now, Klopp will bring on Jota very soon if he has a brain to him, which he does. I think they will bring on Jota. That would be. I don't know if you agree, but that's what I would be doing. Postecoglou.
I would. There's a player I like. There's a
You,
player I
there
like.
you know what? You know what it is. That is a player you can do better than Timo Werner. How about instead of doing the Werner's better than Havertz, how about you flip it on its head and be like Postecoglou's better than Werner? So why ain't we bringing him in?
I like Postecoglou.
I do too.
I think when people say, who could you get that's better than Werner? I just think that means that we've not scouted properly. I would suggest that across Europe, there are many a footballer better than Timo Werner that would be available or cheaper or online. But look, I'm going to get into that tonight. That's not what this is about. Spurs review, 8 p.m. Join me at 8 p.m. for the Spurs review. Here's Arsenal at the other end. Havertz dinks it across. And Saka from 7-8 yards out has hooked it over the bar. This game is starting to become wide open. This is starting to become wide open. Surely we've got to have a goal soon.
So someone needs to tell Arsenal the goal of football is to put balls in the back of the net. I think that might be helpful because they're not really doing that. Havertz on the left, dinks it. That's a good cross, and Saka has poor technique. Because the ball again. I don't rate Havertz. Good cross though. Saka has time and space.
I know.
It's a weird approach.
By the way, Romano has just posted more transfer news. He understands that Borussia Dortmund have just sent the official proposal to Chelsea for Ian Maatsen. Loan bid submitted. More details to be clarified soon. Maatsen is keen on the move. More to follow as negotiations are now at advanced stages. It's amazing how quick these teams seem to wrap up deals when they are loans. By the way, Liverpool have made a change in this game. Ryan Gravenberch. I never know the correct way to say his name, but Ryan Gravenberch.
It's Dutch, so it's Gravenberch. Probably. Bech. Yeah, because they get that. Yeah. Probably Gravenberch. Good play.
So McAllister off for Gravenberch and Gakpo off for Jota. So Liverpool have made 2 changes. There you go. Ellie has said before that took place, Jota comes on, Liverpool win this. He heard you, Ellie. And 1 minute later, he is subbed on. Phil P has said, heard a pundit, Journo, earlier say they really enjoyed the New Year's Eve derby, the Northeast derby yesterday between Sunderland and Steve's, Newcastle, because no VAR meant more tackles flying in. Yeah. Get rid of VAR. Get the tackle back into football, I say. If you haven't subscribed, why not? It's just rude, quite frankly, at this state. And if you haven't liked, please do. We should be on 100 likes. We're on 85. We should have surpassed that ages ago.
Come on, people. Come on.
Reece Nelson, for me, trying to do bits, but I just don't know if he's got the quality at the moment.
He's an all right player, Reece Nelson. I think his level's Palace, Everton, maybe West Ham, maybe, but he's nowhere near Bowen. That's
look at Saka again here. So the ball was floated across, right? The keeper just taps it away. It goes into the path of Saka. I don't know what he was doing with that ball back.
Decision making.
Havertz actually didn't. Well, the cross was deflected. Havertz did everything right. The cross was deflected. And then Saka just, oh my.
Allison there. Yeah, again, the. I don't. Yeah, Steve, I know, right? It's fact.
Yeah, are we right? Where are they? Where's Arsenal, De Groot? Where's Angus? Where's the what was it? The something else gunner? They'll be back. The moment Arsenal win, they'll be back.
Or they score. Yeah.
They
ain't score. I'm convinced they are not scoring today. Steve Kerrs. I don't think they're scoring today. I don't think they. you can't have all these chances and scoff and just keep scoffing them and keep mucking up. Nah, man. I don't see it. Maybe they will, but it don't look like it. It just don't look like it. Poke it on to Havertz. Very nice tackle there from Gomez reading that. Cedric Pacam. Oh, no. Tete. Tete go for Gala. They're up 2-0 on Konyaspor. Or Zaha, sorry. Zaha with the goal. My bad. Wilfred Zaha. Hey, there's another player you can do better than Timo Werner. There you go. Wilfred Zaha.
Yeah. So are they playing now?
They're playing in the Turkish league. And you could do better than, what's his face? Werner. So, again.
Are they playing now?
Yeah.
Didn't he go to the African Cup of Nations?
Ooh. I don't know, actually. Let me check out their squad.
Well, he couldn't have been because he's. Hang on, who's he played for internationally?
Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast.
Are they qualified?
Yeah, they're hosting the tournament. Yeah, let me check.
And he's not made it.
No, I guess not. That's wild.
Wow.
To be fair, they actually have some decent attacking options. I'm just surprised Nicola Pepe of Trabzonspor got the call over him.
By the way, Mo Salah has just scored, but for Egypt in a friendly. He scored a penalty.
Nice try.
I thought I'd try and catch a few people out, but yeah, it didn't really work.
Martinelli coming off for Nelson.
In Italy, it's half-time. It's Salernitana 1, Juventus 0. So at the moment, that leaves Juventus in second, and Inter Milan have a 5-point gap. This is their chance to close that gap, and they aren't at the moment.
Juve have struggled time and time again this year when they're playing on the road against relegation teams that don't like to have the ball, because Juve in possession, flattered to deceive most of the time.
Hang on, here's a good chance for Liverpool. Darwin Núñez plays it into Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott has had a shot from 20 yards, but there was no power behind it at all, and it dribbles into the arms of
Elliott's
Ramsdale.
done a good job. Elliott's done a good job today, by the way, marking Odegaard out.
I think he's a good player. I do.
Yeah, I like Elliott too. I do too.
There's another good ball out. Is he going to keep that on? No, he's not. Asking too much of Darwin Núñez, that ball. But you can see here that they're constantly looking for that cross-field pass to Darwin Núñez. Reece Nelson has come off, and Martinelli is on. Will they bring Eddie Nketiah on? I don't know.
My God, has Martinelli had a poor season, by the way. Again, another player, SAVVA, that Arsenal fans talk up like this guy is a Neymar, Ronaldinho regen. I'm being a little bit facetious, but they do talk about him like he's one of the best in the world and yada, yada, yada. And they make excuses for when he doesn't deliver. Like, I don't know why Arteta don't try him out centrally when he is very obviously struggling out on the left. We've seen him play centrally, Martinelli, when Emery was there, and he bagged a lot of goals. That's one of Lee Gunner's things that he says, right? That under Emery in the first 10 games, Martinelli had like 10 goals when he was playing up front. So, and then it's just been vacated since then under Arteta. And Arteta does stupid things like playing players out of position that don't play well there. Zinchenko, Partey at right back. And then he refuses to be creative and use the versatility that these players like Jesus, not Navas. I don't know why. Jesus. Gabriel Jesus. I said it again, Navas. Jesus. Jesus, Gabriel Jesus. Why can't you play him on the wing? Trossard, maybe false 9. Try that out. Play Trossard on the left. Play Martinelli up front. If you're struggling with attack, that's the frustrating.
I think everyone knows what he's going to do. Arteta, don't they? It's very predictable. Here's Quansah. Great ball down the line. No, it's not cut out by Ben White. It's been a good battle down there, Ben White versus Darwin Núñez. It's a full-blooded game, this. But by the way, if Arsenal don't win today, it's 1 win in 7 in all competitions.
And they have to replay it to Anfield if this is wrong.
Yeah, and I don't fancy. And by the way, they've already got to play again, haven't they? in about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
These
Let me
two
check
are playing
that.
in the league.
Yeah. They do. At the Emirates, they play February 4th.
February
So
4th. Okay.
Arsenal host Palace this weekend. Then they go away to Forest. I wouldn't like Arsenal's chances in that game necessarily as like they're gonna win. Like it's gonna be a tough game. And they host Liverpool. So yeah, I don't fancy Arsenal at Anfield. Just don't.
No, I don't.
Arsenal, because Liverpool have done well in the cups over the years. They've been competitive bare minimum in all of them. A lot of them. So
agree. Just quickly, when people say things like this, please, can you give me some context? Have you seen it on a website? Has a journalist said it? Without that, it's just a statement. So please let me know. Spurs apparently going after Guirassy. We'll see. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about him. He's had one good year in about 10 seasons, but hey, let's see if there's any credibility.
He's another player that I've been following for a few years. He started out first when I noticed him he was a backup for Stade Rennais as a backup striker. Scored a few goals. Did a decent job as a backup, I guess. Got moved to Stuttgart last year. Was all right. Was all right in terms of like the goals weren't amazing, but he was performing pretty well. And then this year he's exploded because Sebastian Hoeneß has generated chances from every and any angles at VfB. So, yeah, he is a bit of a purple patch, but there are some things I like about the player. And for 15 million, that's chump change. So I guess it is kind of worth a risk.
I guess for me, Steve, it's about our clubs, not Spurs. Are a club going to buy him for 15 million because it's risk-free and he's scoring right now? Or are clubs buying him because they look at it and say, that's the guy for our future? I guess that's the question.
Yeah.
Does it matter if it's only 15 million? Well, you've still got to pay the wages. The player's got to leave his country and move. So there's lots of factors, I'm guessing, that go along with bringing in a Guirassy. Listen, I'm not saying I don't like him. I'm always wary when a player's had one good year and then is suddenly hyped up. I do worry. I do worry.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But that does show the desperation. It's like the NFL with quarterbacks. People who follow NFL and the comments will understand when I say the desperation for quarterbacks in the NFL is like the desperation for clubs looking for a number 9. A backup quarterback could have 4 good games, and then all of a sudden a team is offering a trade offer, and they'll give a bunch of picks to him and offer the world because the guy has played 4 good games. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that. It's very important to have a good 9. It's important to have a good quarterback in the NFL. It's good to have, it's very important, but the desperation is crazy. But yeah, for 17 million euros, that's chump change for any team really, if you have a decent amount of money. But I like the player, and I mean for the price. If Stuttgart didn't have the clause in there and they were demanding 50, I'd be very hesitant, right? Because you said, he's been a solid-ish backup striker throughout his career, and this year he's taking us to the next level. Maybe that is his standard, maybe it isn't. But for the price, Diaz there should have done better. That's actually a good pass from Nunez there, and he was just so off balance. But
I mean, this is the thing. People are saying, you got the likes of Dybala, who's got a 13 million euro release clause. And listen, even if he doesn't come and play every game, this is a guy who scores goals, who assists. He's been there, seen it, done it. He can play anywhere across the front line. He can play in midfield. He's got that je ne sais quoi about him. Yes, for me, I think it's a no-brainer. And then people say, but he's always injured. We've got Romero always injured. You've got Van der Ven injured, Madison injured. I'd take Dybala all day long. They've just panned to John Barnes in the stand, another top player in his day. John Barnes. I grew up watching John Barnes. Obviously, Liverpool, Newcastle, Watford, England, Charlton. He was at Charlton when I worked there. Yeah.
Did you meet him?
Yeah. Nice guy. Very nice guy, John Barnes. Very nice guy.
Nice.
Yeah, but GVC, if you're buying him to be part of a squad, Look at for someone who's injury prone, look at his stats in the last 5 years. It's phenomenal. And when we're saying injury prone, I mean, so many players now are missing games every season. This isn't just a few players. So many are. Listen, I want quality players at my club. First and foremost, I want quality footballers at my football club. If he plays every other game, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it.
I just want people to realize how good of a depth does this sound for attacking midfield? James Maddison and Paulo Dybala. That is phenomenal.
Exactly.
Phenomenal attacking midfield depth. Only Man City have that with De Bruyne, Foden. And Alvarez can also sometimes play there. Like, that's phenomenal. Dybala,
if you look at it,
ridiculous.
This year he's played more football than Maddison, more football than Van der Ven. This year, right? He has played 12, 13. This year he's played 16 games. And in that 16 games, he's got 6 goals and 8 assists. So in 16 games, he's got 14 goal contributions. Last season, he got 18 goal contributions in 25 league games. And not only in league games, he then played 4 more games in the cup. He played 11 games in Europe. So last season, he played 25, 36. Last season, he played 40 games for Roma, right? Yeah. Scoring 17 goals and 12 assists. What are we doing here? When people are going, oh, but he's injury prone. What are we doing here?
For 13 million.
13 million pounds.
I do want to put out there. I heard a rumor that I think it's only exclusively that release clause is only for Italian clubs, but I haven't.
No. Isn't the release clause if a foreign club pays it? Yeah, he just
yes.
If a foreign club pays it, Dybala can decide. If an Italian club pays it, Roma can decide. Here's Darwin Núñez still running at them. He's caused some problems, Darwin Núñez, but it's just end product. I think he's a very good player, but he's got to get that end product into him if they want to go anywhere. But watch him on the ball and then watch Richarlison is all I would say.
It's levels. It's levels. And anyone claiming that, that is like, all right, bro.
But you know what's happened, Steve? You know what's happened with Richarlison? He got 3 or 4 tap-ins out of 5 goals. And everyone's going, Ange's getting the best out of him. He's a dreadful footballer. Like, let's call it for what it is.
He's no good. No good.
Dreadful footballer.
People are just impressed by anything. That's just what it is. People are just impressed by anything.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
No, you're right.
By the way,
Mazda
the game...
Man. Sorry, just got your Mazda Man.
Yeah,
Golden rule. We need players and of course, but we're football fans. We're allowed to talk about who we like, right?
Of course.
You know, what we can't do is we're getting to that stage as a fan base now where any time you debate anything, the answer is, this is why you're an armchair manager. We just go with what Ange says. Like, that's great. But then what do? We just sit there and go, I love every signing the club makes. I love every substitution. I love every tactic. Sometimes you can say, okay, I don't like that player we signed, but prove me wrong. Or, by the way, listen, Steve, tell me if I'm right or wrong here.
Go for it.
Every single one of us as football fans has been right and wrong in equal measures.
Yes.
When putting opinions across on players signed. We've all gone, this guy's brilliant. And then he comes in, it's like, oh, God, he's awful. Or this guy's rubbish. And you go, actually, he's done really well. So I know people are just always saying, you're in the mud, you're in the mud, you're in the mud. You can't get everyone right. I want to be wrong. I want Timo Werner to be brilliant. I just think it's okay for me. I'm on the fence about it, all right? I'm on the fence.
You know what separates us fans from the people working at these top level professional football clubs? They get it more right than wrong, and that's why they're in those jobs. The good ones.
Not well,
That's
yeah,
the difference.
the good ones. The good ones. Not always.
Exactly.
Not always, mate.
Because you can have horrible. Yeah, exactly. You can recruit poorly even if you're at the top and you have that job. But yeah, that's what separates the good ones from us fans. So yeah, all the fans
I'm sorry, GK Clarkey. He's a terrible player. His
player.
touch, his hold-up play, bringing in other. Oh, I don't know what people are watching. He was embarrassing the other night. I don't know what people are watching. I just don't know. I think, honestly, of all the strikers I've seen at Tottenham, this guy is so far down the pecking order. He is.
Janssen, Soldado, Vinicius, Richarlison, rank those 4 in any crap order you want.
Hang on, here's Liverpool. 20 yards out. That's a great touch by Jota. He's flicked it into Diaz. Diaz has a low shot and a great save, to be honest, from Ramsdale low down. Diaz and Nunes have caused them problems without the end product, but that was good there. Nunes flicked it on brilliantly into the path of Jota. He gave it to Diaz. Diaz shot low down. Ramsdale saved. That's what I said again. Nunes is not a bad player. That is just a bloke that can't finish his dinner.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Johnson, Solomon, Werner, and Ange Mitchell.
Diaz. So that is a good save. I just saw that. That's a nice save there. Very good save. And Diaz. Diaz does good there to settle that.
Hit the bar. Oh, then Nunes has missed it. Oh, a corner came in. The header was won about 8 yards out. It hit the bar. It fell back to Nunes in a crowded box, and he just skewed it wide. So it was Jota jumping highest, hit the bar. It fell to Nunes. He had a lot of bodies in front of him, tried to whip it in, but didn't quite get there. Mazda man, I understand, right? I understand you're not criticizing me, but just saying what do we truly believe that Timo Werner is the player he's gone, this is the guy I want of all the players in world football? I just don't believe it. For me, I'm sorry. I really don't believe it. And you know what will happen, Steve? I know the Spurs fans so well. If Timo Werner's brilliant, there you go. Ange wanted him. He's a success. If Timo Werner's awful, it'll be
Levy.
We didn't give Ange what he wanted, right? We didn't give Ange what he wanted. So all I'm saying is, like me, listen, I'm okay with him being here. I worry about which shooting boots is he going to bring. Is it going to be the Timo Werner from the last 4 years, or is it going to be Timo Werner for the 4 years before that, where he was banging in goals?
2019, yeah.
Right. So, but what we can't do is, if he is bad, just go, oh, well, we went cheap. No, because all our fan base, not all, lots of our fan base is saying we can't do better. So, okay, we can't do better.
But you can.
Of course you can do better.
But you can. That's the crazy part. It's yeah. I don't even. It must drive you crazy. But yeah, you can do better than Timo Werner. You can. It's as simple as that. But I don't know, man. You know what? RB Leipzig. Wait. So hold up. So people
it's 1-0. It's 1-0. It's 1-0. It's 1-0. Liverpool have taken the lead. And the ball, I think it was it Diaz or Gakpo? I'm sorry, I need to see this again. It happened very, very quickly. What I do know is that Liverpool are winning at the Emirates. And I'd love to see it. I think it was Diaz. I'd love to see it again.
I'm about to see it. I'll let you know. Does it come from a Trent free kick? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so all right. So Trent's about to take it. He does.
Let's have a look.
Looks like an own goal. Looks like an own goal to me.
I wish they'd slow this down. Right. So Trent whips it in. So that's an own goal.
That's own goal.
That looks like an own goal by. Is that Kiwior?
I think it might be. Let me check.
I think it's Kiwior. That's an own goal.
It looked like Jakub Kiwior. Yes.
It looks like an own goal. Listen, Arsenal 0, Liverpool 1. Hey, Arsenal, this will be 1 win in 7.
Yeah, 7.
1 win in 7 for Liverpool.
SAVVA, what did we say?
They've got bigger fish to fry. Last year. Bigger fish to fry. Yeah.
That plus, what did we say at the end of that first half? Arsenal are gonna damn sure regret not putting Liverpool to bed.
Yes.
And now they have paid the ultimate price. Liverpool know what they're doing. Liverpool are a team that have gotten across the line before in big games and in the ultimate ones. The hardest thing to do in pro sports at the top level, getting over the line. Arsenal.
Great tackle by Steve. That saying is everything. Hang on, that's a wonderful ball. Wonderful ball. Swept out to Darwin Núñez. He's taken it down. Darwin Núñez lays it off to Diaz. Diaz has had a shot from 25 yards just over, well, I say just over the bar. But Diaz, Jota, and Núñez, listen, they're a bit rash at times, but they're causing problems. They are causing problems for Arsenal's back four.
Arsenal haven't.
Yeah.
Arsenal in the second half. They've missed some built-head things.
Uncle Disraeli, I don't think Werner's a bad player, by the way. I don't think he's a bad player. I don't think I've never said he's a bad player. I just look, we'll talk about this tonight. Uncle Disraeli, join us live at 8 p.m. for the Spurs review, where it's going to be myself, Iggy from Tottenham Away, Ashmatic from Southview Coys, Jack from Spurs Related. I've asked Sean as well if he wants to join. And we'll be discussing all things Timo Werner, Radu Dragusin, Burnley in the Cup. Lots to discuss. Where is Angus? Whenever Arsenal... Angus.
That poor kid. He does it to himself.
Arsenal need to bring Saka on. Right, here is Saka. He's going down the wing. He's pulled it. He's being fouled by Darwin Núñez. He's holding his ankle. It's a foul. It was a foul.
Arsenal have completely Arsenal have completely collapsed.
I mean, this is the thing. When I have these debates, very rarely, but when I'm on like the football terrace with people like a gal, and I just listen to them talking like they're prime Real Madrid, and I'm like, what are you watching?
And the thing is about Igal, first off, he knows what he's doing. He's one of my buddies. Big up Igal. But he knows what he's doing. It's the social media interactions. We actually talk to him. He's a smart dude, knows about his football, but he lets his pride get in the way of actual analysis at times, right? The kid isn't not the kid. He's older than me. I don't know why I'm calling him a kid, but the guy knows football. He like I like the way he looks at the game, but with Arsenal, it's more hope and that, and sometimes like I don't know, it is what it is. That's that. Hey, I one of my buddies said to me at work the other day, not my clowns, not my show.
Yeah. By the way, keep smashing that like button, people. Keep smashing that like button. We're only on 93 likes, Steve. We'll be going for 2 hours. Come on, guys and girls. Man. Smash that like button. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do. So Liverpool coming forward again. 84 minutes and 40 seconds gone. Good ball by Darwin Núñez into Jota. Jota goes back to Konate. Konate's going to drive through midfield here. He dinks the ball, over the top to nobody. And I agree. Liverpool have come out much better the second half. But they did this the other night against Newcastle.
Yes.
I thought both games, the first half they were hit and miss. The second half they've kind of come out, controlled it. I mean, Arsenal need players. I mean, I don't care. I'm a Spurs fan, but
the manager.
Arsenal, I just don't think he's good enough if you want to win things. I don't. Nope. I really, really don't. I don't think it'll be the end of him. I don't know if they'll sack him mid-season, if I'm brutally honest, but I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
If he gets top 4, the Cronkies will be fine with that. Because, again, we talk about ambition with Levy. if they get top 4, they rake in the money. Then that's what they're looking for. That's
You
what
gotta
it is.
love. Playing white
Yeah.
equals 1 trophy in 23 years.
Crazy is crazy, but yeah.
Oh,
No,
man.
bro. I mean, again, like the subs from Arteta, like I get it. 60-second minute. You ain't winning nothing with you're bringing off Nketiah to come off the bench for Jorginho.
There
You're
you
just
go.
not.
Liverpool in all competitions since April the 1st when scoring first. Played 22, won 20, drawn
Lost
2.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Wow.
Sounds about right.
I love this. Sorry, not this. Big up, Bill. I do love that. I love this. I love this. Angus's appearance in here lately are how he likes his steak. Very rare.
Yes.
God. Matt Coppin is already planning to watch AFTV. Do you know what? Don Robbie will be hating it, but loving it. Don Robbie knows tonight, ka-ching, 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 because AFTV will be going mad with the views. Mad with the views. Talking of mad views, let's get some views tonight. Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur. The Spurs Review. I don't even know the name of my own show. The Spurs Review, 8 p.m. tonight. Myself, Iggy from Tottenham Away, Ashmatic from Southview Coys, Jack from Spurs Related making his debut, and possibly Sean. I've asked him. We'll see if he's available. What's this? Look, AFTV and Chill is back again. Trossard has come on for Kiwior. I mean, I do feel for him. I'm not saying it. Like, I don't think it was a. Sorry, is Trossard and Smith Rowe have come on, right? I'll tell you what, a pet hate of mine. Trossard for Kiwior, Smith Rowe for Havertz. A pet hate of mine.
What's the formation?
Ready? Players doing that when they're running, with their holding their shirt. Sod that. No, roll them up. Roll them up. Do you know what I mean? Roll them up. Play on. What are you doing? Why are you holding onto your shirt for?
Also, why are you chucking on subs at 87 minutes?
Oh, mate.
That's crazy.
When managers do that, I always think to myself,
desperation.
First of all, what do you want the player to do? Very rarely, like if one of them grabs a goal now, he looks like a hero.
Right.
Right? If they don't, what are you asking a player to do in 2 minutes or 3 minutes of football?
I don't know. That's a question for them, SAVVA, I guess.
I agree.
You might want to give it's a novel idea, SAVVA, for Arteta to give his subs a lot of time. And he only brought on Martinelli at the 62nd minute. It's just 3 subs. It's not a good look for a manager when you're making 1 sub before the goal and then 3 subs after the goal when the goal was a late goal.
I just don't know how anyone looked at this Arsenal squad at the beginning of the season and said, yeah, that's winning a league. I just don't get it. I mean, that's nasty foul that. I think, is he going to get booked there, Gravenberch? I don't know. I hope not. Oh, he is getting booked, but the game's gone mad. Any fouls are yellow. But big up, Mazza. See you at 8. We'll see you at 8 p.m. for the Spurs Review. Big up to you, Steve. In about 30 seconds' time, we're going to know how many minutes. Give me everybody in the chat quickly prediction. How many minutes? 4. I'm going to go with 6.
4.
4? I'm going with 6. Steve's going with 4. What we going with, people? 6 from Ryan Griffiths. It's going to be a free kick by. We're going to find out. 5. Big up Desiree. 5. 9 from BVB. 7. 4. 12. George, where are you getting 12 from, George?
Jesus.
Darwin Núñez just heads it clear from a corner. We're about to find out. They're about to put up how many minutes of injury time. 4 minutes. Steve, Strasbourg
ding,
Steve.
Ding, ding, ding.
Strasbourg Steve, the brainiest guy in the room, along with Robert Wilson, who also said 4. Whoever said 12? 12 minutes. It's 4. Yes, it is, Darius. Corner kick from Arsenal, whipped in, headed away by Darwin Núñez. Again, Darwin Núñez has been very good back there for Liverpool in defending corners, and Liverpool can break. There's a great ball. Can he get there? Diaz is running through. He's checked back. Great footwork. He's pulled it across and, too close to Ramsdale. Brilliant. Diaz again for me. I watched him against Newcastle. I thought he was a handful. I think he's been a handful again tonight. He slowly looks like he's getting back to some sort of form. I really like Diaz as a winger. I think he's a handful. Real good footballer for me.
Bro, at Porto, I love that transfer. Like when I watched Porto play when Diaz was there, I was like, Jesus, this guy does look good. And me and my buddy Andy, me and my buddy, we talk a lot about football, and we thought, wow, this guy's talent level, he could win a PFA Player of the Year if he really put his mind to it, because he's got bags of ability. I don't know if maybe he's there, but he's a super player. Just again, maybe rushes it a little bit much, but he is awesome.
Yeah, I think he's a really good player. I'd love Luis Diaz. You know the type of wingers I like, Steve. I don't like all these wingers that are constantly inverting, constantly. Oh, great header out by Bradley. Sorry, I must have missed this. Liverpool have got like kids playing. Sorry, everybody. I don't know when I missed this. Liverpool have got Bradley and Clark coming on. Connor Bradley, who's a 20-year-old defender, and Bobby Clark, who's an 18-year-old midfielder. Fair play to them, bringing them on for the last 15, 16 minutes. Sorry, that completely bypassed me. Ellie admitting she's an Arsenal fan. Saying this will be 1-win, 7 for us, Arteta. Only joking, Ellie. You meant for Arteta, I meant. I know what you meant. 1-7.
Great.
1-7. Heather, they've just not been good enough. But Darwin Núñez got the ball on the right-hand side. Is he going to play for He's held it up. He's trying to hold it up. The ball hasn't gone out. And Liverpool come away with the ball. They've pulled it across goal. Cleared by Saliba. Konate's missed it. Trossard can bring it away. He's pulled down by Trent Alexander-Arnold in what is the most blatant foul you'll see. And it's a yellow card for Trent Alexander-Arnold. There are 50 seconds left of this game for Liverpool to hold out. I'm gonna go over to Lee Gunner after this. I can only imagine he is fuming.
You should be. Arsenal fans should be very angry with this.
Konate has got the man of the match award. I think he's had a very good game at back. I like Konate. I think he's a good defender that's getting better and better. Headed out again. Darwin Núñez has won so many of them balls in Liverpool's box. Done very well there.
And they got the goal that they needed.
What phase is this for Liverpool? For Arsenal, sorry? Darwin Núñez can now break with 8 seconds on the clock. He's played it into Jota. They could go for goal here. They might as well. Jota running at the ball. He's played it across to Diaz. Diaz shoots. 2-0 Liverpool. It's 2-0 Liverpool. Diaz on the break. We said how well he's played, and he has finished Arsenal off. And Arsenal are in disarray. 1 win in 7 games. And Arsenal, this is Liverpool that are missing Van Dijk. Liverpool that are missing Mo Salah. Liverpool that are missing Szoboszlai, Andy Robertson.
Endo.
Yeah, listen, 2-0.
They have a good squad, though, SAVVA. And at the end of the day, if you have a good squad, you have a very good manager, you will have a chance at silverware if you take it seriously. Juve equalize.
But again, you know what I've said all game, that Jota, Núñez, and Diaz have caused the problems. That goal down the line by Núñez, good little ball into Jota. He did the hard work driving through the middle. Lays it off to Diaz, takes a touch out. First touch, great shot. Keepers don't save those. And it is Arsenal 0, Liverpool 2. And Liverpool are going into the 4th round. Arsenal are going to be out of that cup, out of the League Cup. They are struggling in the Premier League. The game has finished. It is Liverpool 2-0 away winners at Arsenal. By the way, if you like that scoreline, smash the like button right now. If you like that scoreline, smash the like button. And if you like that scoreline, smash the subscribe button if you haven't already. Steve, a fair result on balance after the first 15 minutes. I didn't think Arsenal did a lot.
Oh, of course it's a fair result. Arsenal committed one of cardinal sins of football is not finishing your dinner. And when you're playing against a very good Liverpool team, you're going to pay the price for that 99 times out of 100, really. You reap what you sow. And yeah, Liverpool just doing their thing. They know how to win these games when the chips are down. Arsenal has shown a failure more times than not that they don't. So it's not really a surprise.
I think we've got an Arsenal fan. Not everyone can play the bottom club B team at home. Hang on. Don't get annoyed at us. You want to look at your own club to get annoyed. Look at your own club. When I'm annoyed with Spurs, when I'm annoyed at Spurs, I don't look at Arsenal fans. I look at Spurs. League Gunner and AFTV is going to be gold. Klopp won with no, he's not the Uruguayan Ian Dowie. Don't be silly. I watched Ian Dowie play for years, and Darwin Núñez is a superior football to Ian Dowie.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries, man. I'm going to end in a few minutes anyway, bro. But big up everybody inside. By the way, I missed this earlier for Donna. I'm so sorry. Said who plays creative role in Liverpool? Well, normally it's Soboslai, but I mean, look, they all got creative bones in their body, haven't they? So big up and thanks for that super chat. Yes. Listen, with this, don't compare Romero to Saliba again. I don't know what that's got to do with this. Saliba's an excellent defender. Let's not get silly. It's those sort of comments that make me know how old you are, if I'm brutally honest. A user said, a message for the Gooners. Good evening. Yes, everybody. Liverpool have knocked Arsenal out of the cup. Liverpool have knocked Arsenal out of the cup in round 3. Arsenal will not be winning the FA Cup. And Arteta, again, is this 4.5 years, 5 years now in charge, whatever it is. And Arsenal, for me, don't look like they're getting better as a football team. Anyway, guys and girls, I am going to end the show there because I am back live in an hour and a half. The Spurs review. Please join us. I've redirected you all to there. Obviously, you're going to go to other shows. We are going to be back at 8 p.m. for the Spurs review. It's going to be me, Iggy from Tottenham Away, Jack from Spurs Related. We've got Ashmatic from Southview Coys and possibly Sean Butler from Spurs Talk Show. So an all-star studded cast for you tonight. Should be a good one. Please don't miss it. Steve, thank you for giving me 2.5 hours of your life. I appreciate it, bro.
No problem. Hey, thanks for having me on, man. Good speaking with you in the chat. Just watch some footy. Good stuff. Always,
man. Listen, much love. Take care, everyone. And we'll see you at 8:30. As always, come on, you Spurs. And to Arsenal.